Okay, back again on another live stream broadcast or podcast or whatever that is. So basically, it was once again an unintentional live stream. So I basically got a little bit free time, but since most of the content, the recorded content that I basically want to prepare is already done, or there is no more additional content. There is actually several additional content that I haven't been moved from the SD card on my mirrorless camera into the OTG drive, the temporary OTG drive that I usually use for processing the video. But yeah, I'm just too lazy to copy, and maybe I just want to do the live stream first, perhaps, and just probably see if there's still some additional time that I can basically make all of those remaining, or the one that basically currently available right now. Because yeah, it's been a while that I haven't been do any kind of good behavior recording as well, such as the karaoke or any kind of that stuff, even though it is basically not really important, since I basically never really process or upload it into somewhere else. But at some point I even didn't try to do that before going to bed, because I'm just too lazy, or just feels quite tired lately, maybe even though I basically sleep quite late. So it's basically makes me wake up late as well, obviously, and for some reason it's a little bit make me dizzy as at some point. So yeah, I just don't know what to do, and obviously I definitely need to adjust my sleep, since yeah, during the workday I definitely cannot wake up that late, because I definitely need to have some daily meetings on my main job of tasks. So yeah, that's the reason why. And yeah, I have finally upload another content to my YouTube channel, which is basically pretty unnecessary, because it's just an e-commerce unboxing that I basically already done even before I was going into trip or vacation, if I'm not mistaken. So it's already quite an old video, even though I basically still have a lot of gaming videos that I haven't been processed or upload, because yeah, it's have a very big size. So I definitely need to increase the free storage on my SSD first in order to process it, because yeah, iMovie caching process is pretty annoying. So that's the reason why. And basically I've just lost something that I actually wanted to buy, but even though it's basically pretty expensive, so I just don't know when will I finally able to bought it. But even though yeah, it was actually a lost opportunity that I need to miss once again, even though this one is actually pretty hard, and I just don't know whether there's actually some possibilities or not, because I eventually just try to be patient and just let it go to be sold to other people's. And yeah, probably. And I don't know, man, I'm actually able to think about this kind of thing when I was just wake up and just going into the toilet. And yeah, there's actually so many things that I basically can dream when I was in the toilet. But for some reason, when I do this kind of live stream in front of monitors and bright lights, it just make me, I don't know, lost all of those inspiration, perhaps, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's okay then. Probably, or hopefully, not probably, hopefully in the future I will finally able to find those alternatives, So basically, they're obviously an alternatives, but definitely not in the same exact price. So yeah, it's okay then. Maybe I someday in the future I will have sufficient money, which obviously gonna be waste on something that should not be that expensive, but consider there is a lot of time that I need to be patient, perhaps until I finally reach those point, which I just don't know when. Because yeah, for some reason I don't know. I'm suddenly blank again. So searching for money, I don't know whether it is actually the appropriate word for that. So it is obviously hard, and there is so many unfortunate people that really struggle to find money that basically use for their living. So at some point we just have to be grateful for what we are currently at right now, even though obviously we still have to be better every day, because yeah, if we just try to accept what we are currently at, we definitely it's definitely make us lazy and just don't want to improve to be a better person. So yeah, I always try to dream about myself in the future, that I already finally able to fulfill all of my desires, which is once again I don't know when, but yeah, at the time that I basically try to dream or about that things, definitely not in the during the sleep, because it was actually hard for me to makes my dreams during the sleep is goes the way that I basically what goes the way that I basically want to expect, want to imagine. Man, I just pretty confused. So it was actually not during the sleep, just dreaming about something that I basically really want in the future, and why I really want it, because hopefully it is actually the best thing that will happen to me, and probably God will listen to those kind of unintentional prayer, perhaps, even though I basically try to do many intentional prayer as well, but yeah, no one actually knows when will those wish will ever be granted to us, because yeah, we just still have to go through our life no matter what things that happen. So yeah, we just can only hope, and if it eventually never be happen for the rest of our life, maybe we still have some hope to be happen during the afterlife, perhaps, I'm not sure. So yeah, it's basically no need to be worried, or I don't know what's the other words that actually represent those kind of thing, and there's no need to be regret for everything that you have been missed in the past, because maybe if you ever experience those things in the past, there may be other things that you actually miss, but actually done in this exact lifetime. So it's it's maybe a little bit confusing. So it's more like a multiverse. So there's always be an infinite number of universe or possibilities that basically can be happen. But yeah, the one thing that you already done until right now, the main universe that you currently live, is probably already the best, or maybe it is actually the one that you are always be wanted in the rest of the those infinite number of multiverse. I don't know. yeah, it's already 10 minutes of live stream of this unnecessary talk. Yeah, I don't know how much that I basically wanted to create this kind of things, because I basically can't do this until I finally got interrupted. But yeah, I basically need to do a good behavior recording, because it's been a while that I've not doing it. And probably I also wanted to see how much video that I can make on the one that I already record on my mirrorless camera, but haven't been moved into the temporary OTG drive. So maybe I will want to do that. But yeah, I'm just trying to think: is there anything else that I actually want to represent in this kind of video that I just don't know who is actually the one that will listen or watch this kind of video in the future, beside myself, if I finally have time again, perhaps. I'm not sure, because yeah, obviously there will be more and more videos that I have created in the past and to be watched in the future. That's definitely need a lot of time. So I don't know, maybe there will be some sort of application that can highlight all of my memories that I've already made in the past, in order to see what kind of things that used to be happen in my old times. Even though, yeah, if you talk about the time that I basically try to be frequent on creating a content, it's actually still less than a year, if I'm not mistaken. So it's actually reaching the exact 1 year, if I'm not mistaken. Is around, I don't know, maybe after the mid of last year's. I'm not sure, because yeah, before that I basically pretty rare to create some content, because yeah, I just don't know what kind of things that I basically try to spend in my free time or during the time like this, where I just don't know what kind of things that I want to do. Because yeah, obviously there are several or times that I basically only try to spend for kind of like bad behavior, which I'm actually still like to spend quite a while before going to bed. But yeah, it's just something that I really need to fulfill for my desires, because yeah, for some reason, if I just don't know what kind of things that basically can make me satisfied, because yeah, sometimes the things that basically can make you satisfied is actually simple things, even though those simplest things not really that good. But at least it was the one that I can do right now, which is pretty sad. But yeah, oh well. So yeah, in the past, I'm actually like to do those kind of bad behavior during the unintentional free time like this, which is pretty waste if I'm trying to think about it. And it's not that long time ago. Is the last time that I actually tried to do that. Even though, yeah, the last time that I tried to do that is because I already tried to do the good behavior and all of the personal productivity that I can make. And yeah, there's always something that still miss, that I wanted to do. So that's the reason why I eventually tried to do those kind of bad behavior again during my free time. But yeah, in the past, before, I basically like to create this kind of content, or try to feel my my personal unintentional free time. I don't know whether it is actually the correct words, but yeah, for this kind of feeling a free time with this kind of personal productivities, I would just try to spend with some unnecessary things that obviously will not giving me anything in the future. So yeah, maybe because I'm still thinking about so many things that, yeah, that I basically need to think about besides what kind of things that I basically wanted to fulfill in the future. Man, this is very hard to represent, very hard to explain. So yeah, probably it is because, yeah, I just want to represent my feelings, my free time, just for those kind of bad desires. And yeah, right now my main job, or the things that I basically do for a living, is definitely not as stressful, or maybe it was just like, I don't know, the things that you will do over and over again, and it was basically the same thing. So in the past, it's obviously not the same thing, so it's basically unique, stressful things that you basically never really experience it again in your lifetimes, because yeah, it's probably during my bachelor degree college, perhaps, I'm not sure, because yeah, it's pretty rare to see the people who basically goes into bachelor degrees again, right? And yeah, there is some case for some people that's like to experience those things again, but obviously there will be an age limitation, and you just cannot lie to your age, because yeah, you will eventually become old, and it was basically something that cannot be reversed unless you are an immortal, perhaps, or you're basically really worthy. You're really considered by the god really worthy to have those kind of miracles, perhaps. I'm not sure, because yeah, for some reason, if we didn't try to do anything to make ourselves better, it is actually hard, no matter how much that we are trying to ask the god to fulfill our desires, because yeah, at the end of the day, we just have to do it ourselves, in terms of what how much determination that we can do in order to pursue those things that we are real there that we are ever dream of. So yeah, that's also the reason why that, yeah, some people, when they are really success, most of them doesn't really believe in the god, the existence of the god. So yeah, at some point, I just don't want to be like that, obviously. So that's the reason why I'm just trying to accept and try to be better, but not that extreme in terms of, yeah, because I really hate ambitious people that's only try to pursue some things that basically will not be matter when they will eventually die. So yeah, it's already reaching 20 minutes. I think I will definitely try to end this podcast, because yeah, the last time that I tried to say this is actually still around 10 minutes. So yeah, I will try to record good